I'm saving quite a bit of money, I think. Good morning. It's Saturday, July 25th, 2026. It's good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. Are you waking up? Are you having some coffee? Are you shuffling the kids around? I mean, what's going on? How you doing out there? How you doing out there, YouTube? I've had a rough morning. I had to use one of my favorite movie memes from Goodfellas. Come laugh at my pain. Come laugh with me. Get started a few minutes early. I don't know how long this is going to go. I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about. At this point, I'm like, I made a promise to show up to do a video every day. Another day where it's like I don't necessarily want to do a video. I would rather do a million other things, but I'm doing it. I'm delivering on a promise, and that's what I want to do. To you, for you, for us. I'm Loud Italian. It's good to see you. 0 viewers. We're 90 seconds in. Having a rough morning. You ever have a rough morning? Every morning's rough? Oh my goodness. I don't even have a lot of notes. It's just a few lines. I'm at the end of the notebook. This is my first full notebook. I'm pretty happy with that. I filled up like every page full of stuff, from like measurements of my waist to to weights to like of my body, subject matter I'm covering. I mean, all of that. It's all in there. It's all in my first notebook. It's full. I only have like one more page. I have a single sheet left. That's it. That's all I have. But yeah, today I woke up this morning. I woke up pretty early this morning. I wake up about 6:15, 6:30. I mean, I'm gonna do my notes and that sort of thing, but then I smelled something that was just terrible. It was a terrible smell, and I was like, oh no, right? There I go again with the right. Hey, it's good to see you, YouTube. How are you? How are you? How you doing? Happy Saturday, July 25th, 2026. It's good to see you. I'm Loud Italian. I'm talking about my rough morning. You having a rough morning? Come laugh with me. Had to use that that thumbnail. Very appropriate. I woke up this morning, my dog, and I got up early to avoid this very thing. Our dog, my wife's dog, basically, French bulldog, Misfit. Hey, how you doing? My dog, our home animal, he sleeps in this crate the night before. Apparently we're going to be doing this like training thing with him, so he's not jumping on people, and he's not like he you know he can be territorial and kind of vicious and that sort of thing. Well, I have him in his crate the night before. I go to bed, and when the kids are home, you know, the dog is sleeping with them. So, how was your night? It was all right. How was yours? Good to see you. Talking about my rough morning. Yeah, we're talking about the rough morning. It's good to see you though. I woke up to a horrible smell. The our dog, it sleeps in. Hey, how you doing, Braxton? It's good to see you too. Hey, how are you? B&T is back home. Awesome. That's cool. That's good to hear. I have a friend that's in the hospital and he's going to be released. Non life threatening, just a discomfort type deal, but he should be being discharged from the hospital today, so he should be coming back home and back to work and that sort of thing. So I'm glad. I was gonna go visit him, but yeah, me too. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I'm glad that BNT's 1814 is heading back too. That's awesome. Um, it really puts things in perspective, right? But our dog. I mean, I can still kind of smell it. I know it's like in my mind and it's not, I'm just kind of like, I'm going through the motions, but I woke up and the dog he was like, he wasn't really shaking or whatever. And I get up early. I'm going out there to take him out. I mean, I get up at 6:15 in the morning. He's got to sleep in his crate because he can't be trusted outside of his crate because if I'm trying to sleep, I need to have it calm. You know what I mean? I got to have it stable. I lock the doors. I do like 4 or 5 security checks, just kind of an OCD type deal, especially if I'm alone. I don't want, I lock everything down and then I have to say out loud, house is now locked down because I have short-term memory issues. So it kind of helps me if I say things out loud. That's how I read also, is I have to read it out loud to hear myself. Um, every day you have to go through it to you for your life because the right person is in your life. Yeah, every day you got to go through it, right? Every day is going to be different. And as a whole, things are okay. I mean, it's kind of a minor complaint, but so he called me and told me he was back home and I am at a different. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to understand, Misfit. Forgive me if it's kind of if the text and stuff is broken and I'm struggling here. I'm actually going to be getting a little bit more coffee. I'm not buying coffee at the shops and stuff anymore. I'm not. I'm saving some money, right? I'm reallocating funds and stuff. I was able to secure something quite expensive, and I'm kind of like making sure that things are, being funneled in right directions and stuff. So I'm cutting out unnecessary spending. Um, so I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out. But anyway, like the dog, like this morning, I mean, I'm doing better. I think I didn't become unhinged. I didn't like grab him by the collar. I didn't like throw him outside. I was able to manage my anger and my irritability um, better, and so I just let him out because there's no point. He's not going to really learn. He's not apologizing to me whatsoever. So and I don't want him to jump on me and that sort of thing. He didn't have a bunch of crap all over his paws. He took a dump in his crate. He took a dump in his crate. He did. But I think that by me getting to the crate and taking care of him as soon as I did, and I put him outside and all that, and I had to like calm myself down, things kind of worked out, and I did clean it up. I was gonna throw away the entire mat. Like there's a pad that he has inside of his crate, and it's like washable. It's been washed many times. He hasn't crapped in the last few times. It's always when I'm not prepared for it. It's like it always happens to me when I'm not prepared for it. Today I wasn't really prepared for it. I got up and I let him out, but it's just still it was there, and I let him out multiple times too. I let the dog out multiple times. I did my part. I did my part. And it still happened. It still happened. and I had to like, and he usually like, we have a cat too, and I can't stand the cat. I really can't. Um, and and the cat bothers the dog when he's in his crate, I guess. Like the dog bothers the cat when he's not in his crate, so it's kind of payback. And I find that if I'm not covering up the dog, the cat will go and kind of like, you know, tease him, right? I don't know what they do. My wife has a camera and all that, and she can probably see, but it's like it's the cat will like paw at the crate door, and they're like having this like this, like ha ha ha, I'm getting you back for all the times that you're bothering me, right? Because the cat is pretty much active at night and it's really inactive during the day. It always kind of hides in the corner of the dining room underneath the table, and it slithers around like a snake. It drops its body low, and it slides around. It's unnatural. It's like a horror movie. Um, but yeah, and this dog, like, it was, I mean, I let him out, and that was a good thing, right? I let him out, and he did its thing. He did his thing, right? And then generally good. He's generally good. So you can get it on your phone. Country that I am. Oh, Portugal, cool. Yeah, near Spain. Very beautiful countryside. Very, very open. Very lot of farmland. I spent a little time in Rota, Spain. Well, as we were transitioning to the Middle East when I was in the military. Um, I spent like 4 days in Rota, Spain, and I had a layover and that sort of thing. There was an issue with the plane at the time, so I got to spend some time in country. It was fantastic. Beautiful people out there too. Everyone is like healthy and lean and beautiful, um, because of like their standards and their lifestyle and stuff. It's so healthy. It's fantastic. I think it's one of the healthiest nations on the planet. Um, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. Misfit, good to see you. Braxton, good to see you. That's pretty much all we have in there for lighting up the chat. Talking about my dog, rough morning, right? And then I finally got it cleaned up, right? Like, I got it cleaned up and all that. And like, I go to take a shower, and I'm using the restroom, and then I'm like cleaning up after myself, and and I go to flush the toilet, and it's like it doesn't like flush all the way, right? And you get like clogs and backups and stuff, right? And I had to grab a plunger, and I had to pop it in there and use that a few times. It was just like one thing after another, right? And then like I'm in the shower after all that toilet. I got the toilet thing done, right? It didn't overflow, thank God. And I got that taken care of. And then I go in the shower. I'm getting ready for the day. I got to do a clean shave because it's been a day and a half, starting to get stubbly and all that. I want to keep myself clean. And like basically everything that is like up above, like where I keep my shaving cream and my body wash and all that, fell over, and it makes that horrible sound. It's like hollow plastic. Edge Pro Gel really like kind of disappointed me in a way, product wise, because it, like, when it falls, it has that, it's about to bust on you, and then like shaving cream goes everywhere because it's like it's under pressure, and it's in a container, right? And I'm like, and it fell over, made a horrible sound, almost landed on my foot, you know and I'm always stepping on stuff that, like little plastic tops of bottles and Lego pieces and tape and all these other things that my kids are using lately. And can you just clean up after can you clean up after yourself? Can you leave it better than you found it? I mean, they're kids. I know they're 10, I know they're 7, I know they're young. They won't stay young forever, but man, like, I want you to be able to, like, when you're not in the room, turn the light out. When you're not in the room, turn the light out. when you're out there and you're doing your thing, and that's fine. Have fun, right? Do arts and crafts, and they watch other people on YouTube and they're doing stuff. There's like this one guy that they watch. He's got like 40 million subscribers or something, and he's his like that whole thing bothers me. It's like I'm going to a fun. It's like I'm going to a kid's play zone or something every time I get home. I don't know what's happening in the house. It's like a ball pit. I'm surprised I don't see giant plastic balls and like trampolines. They've got stuff all over the place. Floor is lava. It's like these American Ninja Warrior obstacle courses. Floor is lava, jumping zones. Like they turned it into a kid play zone and stuff. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's fine, but just clean up after yourself, right? If you're gonna take all this stuff out, don't complain. You got to put it back. Don't take it out then. If you're gonna take it out, put it back. It's only right. You finish the whole process. So you know, the dog, pets. I mean, any pets. I grew up in a household where my dad drove the animals out to an expensive neighborhood or whatever, and was like, "Be free." And then he said to us later that they ran away. Like this is how I grew up. He was I didn't really grow up with the compassion and the love and understanding for pets. I mean, we could barely survive as it is. I'm not even sure why we had a pet, which we probably shouldn't have had. So, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it, YouTube. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm trying to understand, and they say that kids who grow up with animals are better and that sort of thing. But I think I want to get back to the Basset Hound. I think I want to get back to the long ears and the short legs and the long torso. Basset Hounds love me, and I know that they can have issues and they bark and stuff, but they're not threatening to kids. You don't really, I mean, you can't really train them. They're very, very stubborn. My wife's going to go to a seminar and do like the training thing and all that, and I was like, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna be a part of that. You can teach me after you learn. I guess they got to go to like a fairground situation where they're gonna do it. And then if the guy picks that dog, you have to spend more money because they're training that dog for the day, and it ends up being like $100 or something. And I'm just like, and it doesn't happen all the time. Today it happened. Today it happened. It was just compiled. It was just over one thing after another, right? It was one thing after another. I mean, I wake up, I get there. I wake up, I get there. I wake up, I'm gonna write my notes and that sort of thing. Sometimes I'm inspired, and these last few days I've just been like, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna talk about. So I'm just gonna talk about my pain and my frustration, and that sort of thing. YouTube, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be a better example for my kids, and that sort of thing with the dog. It's just like when you wake up in the morning and you smell something foul and you know what it is, and you don't really want to you don't want to find out, because I have his crate at night to help him sleep, and to not allow the cat to bother him, is I got to take this. There's a blanket. There's a couple of blankets, and we put it down over the crate so he can't see anything, and no one can see in, and he can't see out, and that works. That works. That system works for everyone. And then it was like I had to take the in the morning, I open it up, and then you're greeted with that terrible, horrible, foul, unhealthy, disgusting smell. And then you don't quite see where it's at. It could be smeared all over the place. It could be padded with paw prints, like it's a mud pit, right? A mud pie thing. And it was terrible. I took care of it though. I sprayed it down, and I did what I could. I cleaned it up. We had these like little bags and stuff, these little like grocery like brown bags and stuff that I take and I throw away. So that's helpful. I did use that. I did take that pad out of the crate, and I cleaned it. I did what I could. I was gonna throw the damn thing away. I was, but I didn't. I've done that before, so I didn't do that this time. So I think I did a little bit better there. My wife's not gonna have to deal with, because she works nights and stuff, and we're not supposed to have the dog sleep with her because he's very territorial and he's protective and like he lashes out at my daughter. That's what I have a problem with is animals that have no regard for little kids, and then they like go to bite or whatever, and like and they draw blood at times. They're a UFC fighter or something, and they're like in the or like a octagon, like the pit or something, and they go at it, and it's like that's so unnecessary. I don't like that. I don't like when a pet bothers my child, by my daughter specifically, and because it's like I failed to protect her. I failed to protect my son, and I hate that feeling, because I'm a dad, I'm a father. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to protect them, and I feel somehow like I failed them if I don't take care of them. Um, in terms of the pet, right? And that behavior and stuff. It takes a team. It takes a lot of work and stuff. So it's like, I don't know. It's frustrating, and all these other things that have happened and stuff too. All these things that have happened with the shaving cream that fell over, almost hit my foot. It made that like those sound effects and stuff that bother me, right? There I go again with the right. And I've been better with it. I think I've only done it twice this live stream. So we're 22 minutes in. It's good to see you, Misfit. It's good to see you, Braxton. Anyone that jumped in here, thank you for I'm Loud Italian, and help me laugh through my pain. Go on this little journey with me today, which is 30 minutes, and I'm tightening up lately. I don't know what's going on. It hurts to like move my neck around lately. I got a decent night's sleep last night too. I did. I got a decent night's sleep. I mean, I always try to go to bed by like 10. I don't really sleep all that well when like when my wife and my kids are gone. It feels a little unusual, and there's just something not right, like in terms of feeling about it and stuff. So I did my best. I did get to sleep, but then I was greeted by that dump that that and you don't know what you see until you see it, and it was just nasty. I was able to take care of it. It wasn't like a neat little pile either. It wasn't. It was like wet. It like grounded its talons, its grip, this locked in grip into the pad and that sort of thing, and it just bothered me. It was just terrible. And I got it cleaned up, and I threw it away and all that stuff. So that was great. I'm happy I took care of that. I at least did that. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna even go to touch it. And then I hear this like hacking and stuff, right? And I look over at when I'm writing my notes, and he's like, you know, the dog had threw up a little bit on the he just kind of it just ejected. You know, it was like one of those like spray things you had when you were a kid, right? And the silly string and all that just sprayed out, and it just came out, and it was this weird like yellow toxic color. It was horrible. It was like a Dijon mustard or something, and it just ejected. It was all violent and sudden, like very concentrated. Didn't last very long, and it just kind of dribbles down the couch. And I was like, I can't have good furniture. I can't have any of that stuff, right? I'm not going to even upgrade the TV in the living room until my kids are older, because they touch stuff, right, and they don't necessarily clean it, and things are. I'm trying to get the remote to be on top of the sound bar when you're done. When you're not using it, do that at least, right? So Dad knows. So the TVs that I'm upgrading are the ones in the bedroom, and that's where I'm going to leave you now. Now YouTube is I was able to secure an LG OLED C6 42-inch. I'm going to be picking that up on Tuesday, and I want you to join me to go pick it up, like virtually, right? I thought about doing. I said right again. I thought about doing a drive with me, a pickup, and that sort of thing. So I might do that, a live stream, at least on my way down and on the way up, and talk about my love for TVs and talk about why I got what I got. I'm more responsible with the money and stuff now, so I'm going to be paying that off by Christmas time this year. So it'll be paid off by the time Fable drops in February. In February, I'm definitely going to go Fable over the God of War. I'll probably pick that up later, but the Fable looks really, really good. I'm very, very excited for that, and that's going to look fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's going to look so good on the. I can only imagine how good anything looks, but yes, that's going to happen, and so I'm very happy with that. I'm very excited. I'm very grateful that I was able to to be able to do this, to be able to do that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I woke up and that happened, right? The dog situation happened. He took a dump in the like you know what I mean. There's one of those dumps inside the crates. I took care of that. He threw up on the couch. I took care of that. I did what I could. I think I did better, and I didn't. I wasn't like super like just angry with the dog and that sort of thing, because I'm pretty sure he would try to bite me if I got too aggressive there. So it just doesn't like, it's always worse when you're dealing with something like that, when you're angry and you're irritable, and you're feeling aggressive and stuff. So that's why I calmed down, and I think I was able to take care of it better. So I feel better about that. So hopefully when I get home tonight, it smells pleasant. My wife usually lights candles and that sort of thing, from Bath and Body Works. We get candles. I get candles for her around Christmas time. So, um, but yeah, that happened, and so today's Saturday. I'm gonna go and do my walk, and then get ready for my shift. And I'm gonna, as always, provide a world-class service to our hopefully world-class members. There's a lot of members that are really great. I'm very fortunate enough to know vendors that are really great. I'm fortunate enough to know. Um, and I'm happy with that. So I'm excited to go through another Saturday, and hopefully it's busy. Hopefully it's I have one of my coworkers. He should be coming back today, and it's his Monday, and so hopefully he clocks in. If he's here, that's fantastic. I'm gonna be happy about that. So he's one that I trust, and if I'm not there, I know the department will be taken care of, because he is. So I told him before, he's the best thing that's happened to the department since my old boss left. So I'm glad he's there. I hope he stays. He's great at what he does, and he's only getting better. Um, he always pushes me for to kind of get better, and I'm pushing him hopefully to get better, and so we're helping each other out. Good communicators and stuff, and it takes effort. It does. It takes effort, but it feels good when you accomplish something together, especially when you do it proactively and ahead of time before anyone else says anything about it. You make the moves, you make the decisions, and then you have a reason for it, and that's always great. So anyway, that's all I have. I wanted to talk to you about some of the frustrations that happened to me today. Maybe they happen to me have happened to you. Got to find my words here. I haven't used that R word right in a lot, quite a bit. So that's fantastic. I think I'm getting better with that. Um, so thank you, Dude. I'm Loud Italian. Thank you for joining me. I stream most days, 9:30 to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12:30 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Catch me there. You show up in comments. You throw me emojis. I'm gonna send you something back in return. I answer my comments. I emoji or emoji. So it's that conversation, live streams and off live streams. So yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of what I need to today. Hopefully you have a great day, and hope to see you again. Thank you for joining me in chat. Appreciate you guys, gals, everyone out there. Have a beautiful afternoon. Have a beautiful morning. Have a beautiful evening. Have a great Saturday, and I hope to catch you again. Like, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell. If you're having dinner, ring that dinner bell. So, as always, it's not goodbye to you, it's see you later, because goodbye is something you say to someone you don't want to see again. So, to you, which I'm never going to say goodbye, I'm going to say see you later. Hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.